the small community of Bowser, John Denisiger and June Bouchard have created a wonderful oasis that doesn't create a large carbon footprint, which was their plan.
It's a different kind of construction. It's a hybrid house, really.
They actually started their planning in 2007 and diligently started sourcing out materials, but not from new things.
We visited the Restore quite a bit, Habitat for Humanity. Like for example, all of our plumbing and electrical fixtures come from the Restore, so they're all reused or reclaimed materials. All of the finishing wood that we used in the house, whether it's baseboard or trim around windows and doors, or actually wood floor, is all reclaimed Douglas fir from a building that was taken down in Nanaimo back in about 2007, 2008. So we put a lot of elbow grease into that wood though, in terms of not only choosing it and finding it, but then remilling it and recutting it to make it work. So yeah, we put a lot of effort into trying to reduce the carbon footprint of the building process and then the house itself, but then it's designed in such a way that our carbon footprint for the long term is also smaller because it's about living green too.
So we have a small car that's energy efficient, we only have one. So those were all things that we wanted to include in our, it was like we've always had that, but this brought us to it's almost like a slight switch of lifestyle in a way, because once you retire you have more time on your hands, so you can do more of that.
99% of the items in this home are from a Restore or from a secondhand store. What can you buy at Restore? You can get sinks, taps, tubs, cabinets, wall pulls, even light fixtures and tile to go around your sink.
It was hard work at first because we did a lot of the work ourselves. We did all the finishing work indoors and so on. But was it ever worthwhile? Yeah, very rewarding.
This is a structural insulated panel with OSB on either side. Like I said, the walls are 8 inches and the ceiling is 10 inches thick. So that's where our energy efficiency, or at least one of the points where energy efficiency comes from. So this is an example of we talk about reclaimed wood, this is an example of what it looked like before we started working with it. And I spent a lot of time going through a pile of this stuff, sort of selecting what we were going to use and what couldn't be used, looking for the right grain. But eventually, this was cut off. It was cut off here and then cut this way and then remilled. So like I said, we put a lot of effort into this stuff. It's the flooring, the stairs, the baseboard, all the trim around the doors, and the frames for all the cabinets were made out of this stuff.
They're both avid gardeners, so John built a greenhouse. And it's a funny story about the windows, as he says.
Oh, it's a bit of a story. There's always stories, right? Like the greenhouse, we found the windows down the street and then designed the shape of the greenhouse around the shape and size of those windows. And we still had shingles left over from the house and other odds and ends that we used so that it would match the house. Same thing with the woodshed on the other side of the house.
Since John and June retired, they both had time when they took walks on the beach. They would find driftwood or things that they could use for door pulls or for curtain rods.
And the handle we found on the beach.
We like the fact that it slaps.
We like the
right?
slam. Some people, it drives them crazy. We sort of like it.
They went and haunted different stores. They found one place that had duvets on sale for $5.
They were duvet covers, king-size duvet covers. There were piles and piles of them at the Nanaimo Restore. And because the Dorchester downtown Nanaimo was redoing their rooms, and they donated all of their duvet covers.
They've got a roll-top desk. They have a dryer, so they don't have to use their electric dryer. They can hang things and let the heat just naturally dry them. They both love gardening. They built the boxes together. They produced about 500 pounds of produce, and they also have wonderful neighbors where they can get and trade fruit and vegetables.
We wanted to have a garden where we could grow our own food, grow more food. We don't grow all of it, but we grow a fair amount. And we wanted a home that was as energy efficient as we could. So there were various factors that we had to take into account, like exposure and so on.
This home fits into the environment so much that their garage even has shingles that are created to represent their view out their window. They've got a cedar tree, an eagle, and the island out front. So what is going to make this work? Well, a shared vision, a passion for growing your own things, reducing your carbon footprint, and go check out your friendly Restore. From the community of Bowser, this is Judi Murakami for Shaw TV. Just like Santa Claus's workshop, we have lots of busy people behind the scenes making sure that you can find the best deal at Restore. Here we are in the Courtney Restore in the back room where they sort, they price, and they make sure that everything that comes out on the floor is perfect for you. So Patrick, tell me what you do here at Restore.
I'm the Executive Director for Habitat Vancouver Island North, Habitat for Humanity Vancouver Island North. And my job here is everything. So I'm in charge of not only the 2 restores, but in charge of the building process, in charge of selecting the families and helping to coordinate the volunteers. And so I do most of all.
So Pat McKenna comes to us through Target and Home Depot. So he is a pro at what he does because of his background. So how many families in the Comox Valley have moved into homes?
We have 12 families currently as partnership homeowner families. And we just purchased a property on Lake Trail where we hope to put 10 families in there.
So what is the biggest demand at Restore? What do people want to buy here?
Oh, it varies. Appliances, furniture are the 2 biggest ones, but we see our same customers every day coming into the Restore at 9 o'clock just to get those deals.
And what are people buying a lot of?
As mentioned, furniture is our top category. Probably 30% of our sales are in gently used furniture. Appliances, we get kitchen cabinets on occasion, and housewares.
Well, we did a story down in Bowser where they furnished and built their entire home, basically through Restore. And they got everything. They got tubs. So
Yeah.
do you stock bathtubs here?
We do when people donate them, yeah. So how it works is every day we get our donations from our truck. Our truck goes out through the community and picks up gently used building materials and donations. They come back, we clean them, and we put them out for sale. So every day is a new day.
So if you have something in your home that you want to get rid of, but you can't put it in your car, you can call and they'll pick it up?
Yeah, we'll pick it up for free.
Excellent. Now, what about people who don't have things, but do you encourage them to donate cash?
Yeah, we love cash. Cash helps us build our homes. So every cash donation we actually get goes directly to building homes.
So if they make a cash donation, is it like a charity so that they get a tax receipt?
Yeah, we're a registered charity, and so there's a tax receipt issued. I think anything over $25 in cash can be issued a tax receipt.
Okay, so that's for cash, but what about the actual goods? Do they get a receipt for goods?
Yeah, we can do a donation receipt as well for goods. So it's called a gift in kind, and we can donate receipt gift in kind as well.
So because Habitat for Humanity and Restore are registered Canadian charities, you can donate money. You'll get tax receipt. If you wish, you can also get tax receipts for goods donated in kind. If you've got lots of time, they would love to have your time, or donate land. That is the biggest thing that they would love to have. What about vehicles?
Yeah, we have a Cash for Cars program. So if last year, for instance, we received a boat, an RV, and a little Honda Accord sedan. Beautiful. It resulted in about $10,000 for us, or more than that, $15,000 in donations.
So if people don't have cash and they don't have goods, what else can they volunteer?
Oh, they can volunteer their time. We're looking for volunteers in every area, Restore, financials, fundraising. It's never ending, and it's such a great cause that we do have a consistent base of 60 volunteers helping us in both communities, and we grow up to 400 and 500 volunteers when we do our builds.
Well, I understand that even people who have no construction experience or retail experience can still help out by making meals for your volunteers out in the field.
Yeah, we feed a lot of people. So when we go on a build, for instance, we'll build for 12 to 16 weeks, and we feed our volunteers every day. So there's a huge component to volunteering at our builds and supplying meals, and we're always open to a pot of soup being dropped off at the Restore as well.
Okay, so if you don't have time but you've got money, you can donate that. If you don't have money, you can donate your time or a pot of soup. Are there any organizations in town that help with the building of the houses?
Oh, absolutely, especially through corporate donations of product. Habitat for Humanity has had a long-standing relationship with Home Depot. And so Home Depot, when they exercise their product out of the back room, a lot of the vendors will have an option to donate to Habitat for Humanity. So we do benefit highly from that. And the other organization in town who's been amazing to us, two others, one has been Canadian Tire. And so the local franchise owner, Bert Haringa, is a huge supporter of Habitat for Humanity. And when they closed their store and opened a new one, we benefited highly from that. And the other company in town is Slag Lumber, and Slag Lumber has been a phenomenal partner for us as well.
That's great. So it's not just things that are gently used, it's things that are new that also come from retail stores that are brand new that are helping out with these brand new homes.
Yeah, we get super cool stuff every day, and you know, we get a lot of brand new stuff from Home Depot and from Slag Lumber and from Canadian Tire. So it's really beneficial to our customers. Not only can they get gently used, but they can get brand new off the shelf and our pricing policy is essentially 50 to 80% off the retail price. And some things are hard to find, so you guess at the best price, but we do a really good job, and our team here at the Restore is amazing at pricing and getting stuff out.
So for the families that have moved into their homes, do any of them find themselves where they can't afford a mortgage, or on the other hand, do they find that they can now move out and go into someplace different?
Yeah, so when we sell a home to a partnership family, it's capped at 30% of their total income. So it really gives them what we call a hand up. And so it allows them to have some of that residual money left over, maybe to invest in their child's future through an RESP, or to, you know, do some things that they hadn't been able to do before in their past when they were renting. And then what we find is that through the growth of that equity in their home, and maybe through the course of 5 years or 20 years, they generally will get to the point where they can qualify for a standard mortgage, and then they can go out and buy a home in the community as well in a different location. But we have a lot of partnership families, they stay in their home as well, and so we encourage them just to build that equity and give themselves a hand up so they can create a better future. Our mission overall is to break the cycle of poverty, and so at the end of the day, we're doing that through home ownership.
And do you find that the people who are moving into the Habitat for Humanity are good neighbors?
They're great neighbors. They're great neighbors. They're very welcoming to their new home. Their neighbors are very welcoming. As I say, we're just giving them a hand up, and they're usually great young families that are just trying to benefit themselves and their children.
So one of the major issues for having good neighbors is, are they going to be respectful and will they take care of their property? Well, for the 12 families that are already here, that's a big yes. There's also an upcoming lot on Lake Trail where they're going to have hopefully 6 more units, and in Campbell River they're going to have 10 more units. So if you'd like more information, go to habitatnorthisland.com. From the Restore in Courtenay, this is Judy Mary Cami for Shaw TV.